Our planet is warming. This is climate change. Human activities are the main cause. We burn fossil fuels like coal, oil, and gas. This releases greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. These gases trap heat and cause the Earth's temperature to rise. The consequences are severe. We see more extreme weather events. Heat waves, droughts, floods, and wildfires are becoming more frequent and intense. Sea levels are rising, threatening coastal communities. Our ecosystems are under stress, and biodiversity is declining at an alarming rate. We need to act urgently. The longer we wait, the worse the impacts will be. We need to transition to a sustainable future. This means reducing our carbon footprint and achieving carbon neutrality. Carbon neutrality means achieving a balance between the carbon dioxide we release and the carbon dioxide we remove from the atmosphere. It's about taking responsibility for our emissions. We must reduce our impact on the planet. Imagine a set of scales. On one side, we have our carbon emissions. These come from activities like transportation, energy production, and deforestation. On the other side, we have carbon removal. This can be achieved through actions like planting trees, which absorb carbon dioxide from the air, or investing in technologies that capture and store carbon emissions. When the scales are balanced, we achieve carbon neutrality. It's also known as net zero emissions. This is our goal, a world where our activities no longer contribute to climate change. Carbon neutrality is crucial for mitigating climate change. By achieving net zero emissions, we can stabilize global temperatures. This will prevent the worst effects of climate change. A stable climate is essential for a healthy planet. It ensures the well-being of ecosystems, supports biodiversity, and protects human health. It also brings economic benefits. Investing in renewable energy and energy efficiency creates jobs and reduces our reliance on fossil fuels. Achieving carbon neutrality is not just an environmental necessity, it is a moral imperative. We have a responsibility to future generations to leave them a planet that is healthy and habitable. Transitioning to a carbon-neutral world requires a multifaceted approach. We need to transform our energy systems, rethink our transportation, embrace sustainable land management practices, and adopt innovative technologies. Investing in renewable energy sources like solar, wind, and hydropower is crucial. These clean energy sources produce electricity without emitting greenhouse gases. Improving energy efficiency in buildings, transportation, and industry is equally important. By using energy more efficiently, we reduce our overall consumption and emissions. Sustainable land management practices, such as reforestation and afforestation, enhance carbon sequestration. Trees act as natural carbon sinks, absorbing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Additionally, carbon capture and storage technologies can capture emissions from industrial processes and store them underground, preventing them from entering the atmosphere.
Section 5. Leading the Way Success Stories. Many countries and companies are already taking significant steps toward carbon neutrality. They serve as inspiring examples of what can be achieved through ambition and action.
Costa Rica is a pioneer in renewable energy, generating almost 100% of its electricity from hydroelectric, geothermal, and wind power. The country aims to become fully carbon neutral by 2050.
Denmark has made remarkable progress in wind energy, with wind turbines supplying a significant portion of its electricity needs.
In the corporate sector, companies like Google, Apple, and Microsoft have committed to achieving net zero emissions across their operations and supply chains. They are investing in renewable energy, improving energy efficiency, and supporting carbon offsetting projects. Section 6. Overcoming obstacles. The path to carbon neutrality is not without its challenges. The initial investment costs for renewable energy technologies and infrastructure upgrades can be significant, particularly for developing countries.
However, the long-term economic benefits and the avoided costs of climate change impacts far outweigh the initial expenses.
Another challenge is the need for international cooperation. Climate change is a global problem that requires a united response. Developed countries have a responsibility to support developing nations in their transition to sustainable economies.
Addressing these challenges requires innovation, collaboration, and a shared commitment to a sustainable future. Section 7. Your call to action. Everyone has a role to play in the transition to carbon neutrality. Business leaders can commit their companies to ambitious emissions reduction targets, invest in renewable energy, and promote sustainable practices throughout their supply chains.
Policymakers can implement policies that incentivize renewable energy adoption, promote energy efficiency, and support carbon pricing mechanisms. They can also invest in research and development of clean technologies.
Individuals can reduce their carbon footprint by adopting more sustainable lifestyles. This includes reducing energy consumption at home, choosing public transportation or cycling whenever possible, and making conscious consumer choices that support sustainable products and businesses. Support organizations and initiatives working towards a sustainable future.
Section 8. A sustainable future for all. Achieving carbon neutrality is an ambitious but achievable goal. It is a journey that requires collective action, innovation, and unwavering commitment. By transitioning to a carbon-neutral world, we can create a sustainable future for all. We can mitigate the worst effects of climate change, protect our planet's ecosystems, and build a more just and equitable society. Let us embrace this challenge with courage, determination, and hope. Together, we can create a world where economic prosperity and environmental sustainability go hand in hand, leaving a legacy of a healthy planet for generations to come.